Hello, welcome. I'm Pheasant. Today I'm going to be playing against Scotland 6 with eyes, and we'll be answering the question: can I beat Scotland 6 with eyes? What a question. I think I'm going to make my sacred site here, and hopefully I won't fall foul of jungle presence necessities for targeting straight away. Okay, we have the jungle explore here, so I'm going to use eerie noises to push from here. And I think I'll push to the mountains. I was tempted to go Mysterious Abductions turn 1 because I don't really rate this card and I could actually get some use from it, but nah. So we've got a Ravage here. I'll be hopefully incidentally doing this. Though I do like just pushing raw presence placement with this spirit. So we're gonna have... I could actually use... I don't have any use for this turn, so I'll be probably playing these two. I could look at another card, but if I simply just push presence placement, I feel like that's a good way of doing it. I don't always want to do that when I am playing a spirit that can place 2 presence. So getting this plant now does get me this next bit of the innate, which it does kind of protect me from events. So I think, and we do have a use for the abductions. So do that. And I'm trying to play a little bit faster than I I often do. These videos. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, we almost certainly want to be doing this, and this is fine. There's actually no disadvantage to this, so... And we can rearrange our Dahan somewhere we want them to be. These ones are looking a bit sad, not really doing anything. So I don't want to push them in with the disease though, because my Dahan are a pretty precious resource, and I have no way of adding more Dahan. And I have to add a town to a land without towns, so I guess that's this wetland is the place that makes sense. Okay, that's a nice little counter there. Nice little counter. I can gather a town into a coastal land. You know what? That actually is tempting. Because I could... Yeah, I don't like that there's the disease here, but it is tempting to do this. These two are sat here doing nothing. The odds of this coming up are kind of slightly lower than 50%. Of this land coming up. Can I get to high levels of my innate in time? Yeah, let's go all in. Let's do this. So, and I'm still not that as familiar with Scotland as I'd like to be. I've played them a bunch, but not Scotland 6. So this thing, I keep forgetting about the exports. Okay, so town, I guess we'll add it in here. Just wary of losing to the coastal city issue. Okay, we've got Ravage into build, so these defends become incredibly good value. That one is... I mean, we're going to solve these accidentally. Oh, that's very interesting. Because... yeah, I think I might even just push presence placement again here. We've only got 4 cards. Yeah, I think I'm going to push... So, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, so what am I doing with Dahan? These are actually already where I want them. Let's bring them in here with the... I don't want to bring them in with the disease. Let's centralize them. There's only 2 in this neck of the woods anyway. I can bring these ones. I'm going to bring them in. I think it's necessary. Yeah, I think it's necessary. The payoff is too high when this land eventually comes up. Okay, so we have Ravage build. So I just need 3 defend in there to address that. And I literally have this. So I think I'm going to take this chance to just push presence placement. The real question is, do I go for just a single presence? Or do I go for double presence? The card obviously could be something good, and I've got energy. I think probably going in next turn with 3 plays actually doesn't matter. I don't think that's that valuable, because we just won't have the cards to play. So yeah, I think I'll be gaining a presence. Sorry, just the 1, and I think I guess I'll just see what the card is first. Let's do that. And a minor power, so we can play it this turn for its effect. So I really strongly favour hitting the innate for eyes over practically everything else. And actually a little bit of blight cleanup or just having another stonk I think is definitely worth an energy to me. So if I play both of these, actually yeah, it's a little bit sad that I'm not hitting my innate with either of these picks. Do I want to be going towards mages or do I want to be going towards minor powers? I've got 5 cards now. If I do this turn, then reclaim. Next turn I'll have 5 cards and 2 plays. Then I can play 2, then go presence place for the 3rd. Well, I mean I can change it around. Okay, we'll go bottom track. So I actually have no information. I don't have a clear place to put this present. So I suppose I will put it on the coast in case that's relevant. I don't have any. I'm in both jungles. Yeah, I'll put it on the coast given that with the Scotland double blight placement, the coast is pretty high importance to deal with. And we'll just play both of these. Yeah, sad not to hit my innate at all this turn. And I think I'll just take the bare minimum. Okay, on the single board okay, that's this. Add a town somewhere. Okay, fine. Nothing serious. So I don't want to add to the coast. So this Dahanach, yeah, let's add in here. It'll die in the Ravage. So that's fine. That's just 2 free fear. I guess I have allowed the build though. So except there's this Ravage build, yeah. Sorry. I swear I've played this game before. Okay, so now I've got to add to the coast. I think I'll add where I have presence and where it's adjacent to jungle, which means I can actually do something about the towns there. Add teeming rivers. I think I'll add a beast to this very built-up coastal land. So maybe a beast actually will address this land, whereas this is you know, not going to necessarily do very much at all. Yeah, let's add it in there. Alright, so now we're reclaiming, and we are... So, we've got a 5 damage and a 6 damage Ravage. So, can we get to this with 2 plays? No, is the answer to that. We can get to defend 4, which is enough for in here. So we could use Boon and then just play things that are on element to get the 4 in here. The other question is, so Rivers might have done what it needs to do now. I guess this makes this Ravage here a little bit safer, so it's not terrible to play that, and it's just a little bit more fair. Looking at mage's good because it means I can be thinking about thresholding it potentially. And if it's expensive, I could maybe get rid of eerie noises. I guess I have gone towards plays. There's a good chance with a major that I'll just get literally nothing out of it. So I think I'll go with a minor. A minor power, to be clear. Not the American president. Okay. So... Right. So, no perfect elements, but lots of kind of good elements. No air on offer at all, but that's okay. So this is just fear, which I like. I do enjoy that. Rack root is a singular fear. I think this is much more likely to be useful. Much more likely to be useful. We do have a coastal mountain as well to think about. And it's cheap. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's cheap. So we have the 4 defend. We only have 2 plays this turn as well, which is not ideal. We'd like more plays than that. We really would like more plays than that. I'm actually just losing one of these lands. I think I might just be losing one of these lands. Eek. Which is not something you want, because my Dahan is such a limited resource. I've only got 1 fear card. Oh, crikey. Let's just quickly look at our powers again. Yeah, okay. Because, yeah, don't quite have the elements that I need yet. So I think that might be the best I've got. Unless I was to skip boot, I just don't think this makes sense. But then we get the 4, which is nominally enough for this. Can reduce that to a 5. It doesn't feel great though. Oof. I can't afford to lose all these Dahans, so I would be defending this land. Grim. Yeah, so I think I'm losing a presence and a Dahan in here. Yeah. Yikes. Okay, well, maybe I'm not. My Dahan are going to survive. I'm very happy about that. So we are going to leave our strength with Dahan, and that's fine. That's great. That's marvelous. Okay, so I can downgrade some things. I mean, downgrading this feels reasonable. We are actually fine on that Ravage. I've only got 1 more card. I think I'm just going to accept the Blight here. Yeah, going to downgrade this one. And Lands of Presence have Defend 2. So, we've only got 2 damage, so we're not finishing anything off. So, whatever. Okay, but we can get rid of the city, which I love to see. And there's this thing that happens that I always forget about. Dear. Oh dear. Alright, and now we have got our useful push. So we can't actually prevent this build because of Scotland's funny pretending to be England thing. Sure, I've upset some people there. Well, maybe. Let's we can bring this down to a 6 damage Ravage. There's no more. Oh, there is an adjacent to Han. So if we bring it down to 8, though, it's very clearly covered by Boon, which we like. And actually, I should be able to push to... I could just double push presence to get to the plant there, and I should get another nice defend. Probably should actually check. So the extra plant basically and the extra play means we should be able to get to the 6. So I think I will... Okay, let's look somewhere else. We can't prevent this build, unfortunately. We can prevent a city build. This land has the Han, so we like the counterattack there. Let's go for cleaning up the coast. I think that's, even if it's slightly suboptimal. Okay, so we've got the Ravage, and I'm thinking Boon, perfect element card, and then revealing this plant and just playing, I guess, Shadows of the Burning Forest, probably. We're not going to have a Ravage in either of these. The island's still healthy. We could just add another beast, but I think just grabbing the Fear is probably a little bit wiser. We can push this town out, maybe, or make this Ravage a little bit easier. So I think we just push presence placement here. Okay, so if we push this town out, this just becomes a 4 damage Ravage. Maybe I'm just letting this one go. Just because this one has the blight in it already. Let's put it in here and make a sacred site. I guess I'll put it here in case I get something useful that likes having a sacred site. Okay, and then we have this, and this. And this is such obvious forget fodder for a major. And there we go, we've got the 6 defend. Oh, we can bring one of these to Han in. Okay, so do that. I'll spend the energy to get the 8 defend in there. And I'm not going to gather that Dahan in. I am going to gather it in, because I can always drag them back with this anyway. And I may as well take the free, hopefully the free town kill, ignore a strife. Beasts, destroy an explorer, and then a little bit of extra defend. Okay, we don't get to do that. Okay, that's quite a nice counterattack. We don't have any slow damage, so we'll just kill the town, maximizing our fear. And there's this thing that happens, which I still am not calculating for. Okay, we've got so they're going to be putting 2 towns in. This already has buildings, so that's the obvious candidate there, and that is defendable. And then, yeah, this is more central, so my Dahan can get to it more easily. Okay, so we have Mountain Jungle Ravages. I'm just gonna probably let this one go. Maybe let this one go as well. This is 3, 5, 7, 8. This is 11. So I think I need to make this one a little bit easier. Unless am I hitting top on my innate next turn? I might be able to hit the top on my innate next turn. I'm sure a moon and an air, which means that I think I should be able to hit top on my innate. Except that means I won't be able to play Boon or Watchful Guardian. Watchful Guarding, sorry. I think, yeah, because that's... Oh no, wait a second. Yeah, it's a moon shortage. We've got a moon shortage of hitting the top innate, so we're only going to have the 6 defend. So maybe I'm not even doing Boon of Watchful Guardian. I want to hit the top. Which means that maybe I'm just not using this next turn for this Ravage. Maybe, in fact, I am going to hit the top track by going Um, yeah, by playing this instead for perfect elements or whatever gets drafted. So if I'm not playing that, that means I'll have a defend of 12 for in here, which is a good counterattack. This is going to be double blight as well because of the Scotland rule. But the cascades here are looking ugly, especially from letting this one go. So with that in mind, I will not push from here. So where am I pushing from? It has to be from a mountain or jungle. If I push from here to the coast, I'm kind of I'm just shifting problems around. If this is going to blight, I'd rather just let it blight. So I think what I'll do is I'll push from here and push the Explorer in there, and yeah, Town can go in there as well. And I'm going to set up for a big counterattack in here, using the top tier of my innate, hopefully, if I can count, which is a big ask. Okay, so reclaiming, and let's just sanity check this. So I need to play three moon cards, 2 of which are air, and all of which are plants. So yeah, I can do that by playing my start cards. So we're going to get the big defend, the big lump of fear. So if that's what I'm doing, that's 3 cards, not including Boon of Watchful Guardian. So I'll be doing that on a future turn. So I'm going to have a future turn. I will be up to 4. I think it's another minor power. I think it is. Yes, especially if we're going to 4 plays. 4 plays will enable me to use Boon, which will be good. Which will be nice. So we'll see what we get. Nothing that's perfect for elements, because they don't have the plant. However, when we get to 4 plays, these will be accessible. This could just be a really nice fear earner. Especially once we get to stage 3, when there are just random builds happening. And it does have Moon on. I suppose Twilight Fog does have Moon and Air. We haven't picked up any other air stuff. So that does have some merit. Am I actually gonna? Is it have any use? I mean, it is useful for a random land that strips through. Like I could, for example, this. If I could just strife the town that's built there, I think that's quite useful. So, and I am all about getting this threshold. I think I'm also gonna. Oh, this is really tempting though. That's so much fear. And it's fast fear as well. When the stars align, which they should align fairly regularly. But then hitting our innate is great as well. And this maybe gives us the possibility of hitting our innate more regularly. Because getting from here to here is another 2 fear, which is fast as well. And this... the Dahan push is also relevant. Though I'm okay at grabbing Dahan. I do enjoy wasps, but yeah, I think we go with this, and we probably end up just figuring it anyway. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's something like... So we can play any moon plant here to get the threshold. This is a fear card. I think, though, it's always good to squeeze a fear card in. And it is potentially relevant, though we're going to lose this presence here. And I don't have a presence in this mountain either. So yeah, it is blighting this turn. This is a fast fear, though. So that is relevant. Because that means that we will have an extra fear card. Because this 5 plus this 1. Oh, no. Actually, it doesn't make any difference. So that's 5. So probably in that case, I will just favour just sheer volume of fear. I don't think this does anything relevant anywhere. I suppose it makes this Ravage slightly safer. It does make as it may losing this Ravage is basically game over. So I think I will do this just to reduce that damage by 1. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And it's the big defend. A lot riding on this defend. Oh no. Oh no. That's awful. You're gonna skip this Ravage. Oh, that is savage. There was a lot riding on this. Can you skip one of these less convenient Ravages, please? That would be great. I'm not doing any slow damage, but we do have a bunch of fear cards, so let's go in. Let's go in on the. I'm just gonna try and hope that we can maybe generate another fear card. That's move Explorer Town from inland land. How far are we from 3 miles? Oof! Ah, it's sad not to get that counterattack there. So they are going to do their sneaky mounted jungle builds on these. So these are getting a little bit untenable. This is letting this one go. I suppose there's a chance that we might get out of this one. Oh, because if another Dahan ends up in here, oh god, then we could choose to skip that Ravage instead. Wait. Yes. So that would be good. No explore and build in with beasts, which is interesting. So if I can get another Dahan in here, we can skip that Ravage, get the good Ravage. In the meantime, we can add a Strife in here, so if we don't get that bit of good luck, I don't think there's much chance of preventing this. Yeah, there's Strife there. Each player moves Explorer or Town from a land with presence. Okay, I guess we keep working on it. Oh, god damn it. And please, Dahan push into jungle. Oh wow, it would have saved this if I'd Strife there. Okay. Fine. Well, sometimes you gamble and you lose. Oh. They're gonna... Oh, I'm just gonna... Are they really gonna skip that Ravage? Where Dahan outnumber buildings. God damn it. Just please skip this Ravage. No, they're not skipping that Ravage. Oh. Huh? Why are they... Is it optional? What's going on here? Oh! The Dahan don't outnumber the buildings. Oh, Pheasant. Oh, Pheasant. What are you like, eh? What are you like? I'm sorry for those of you that were shouting at your screens. Is there an ordering? No, because this is only one blight, so it doesn't make any difference what order I do them in. Let's see, we'll give the bad news first. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. That's a bit grim. Oh. Given that winning on a Terra 4 victory is our most likely option. The island's still healthy, but there's so much blight that it's not ideal. And the cascade has to come into. Oh no, this is really bad. Yeah. Okay, alright. So we have coastal ravages. Oh, that is one of my least favorite. We can not target this because it needs to be adjacent to a jungle. So we can make these slightly easier to defend. Well, I think it's definitely time for a major power. So we want to make these ravages count. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to bring lots of Dahan into here because it's ravaging to build. So we definitely want to clear on that counterattack. And with 3 Dahan, that's 6 damage, so that will clear that. So we'll leave those towns in there. We can't prevent any builds or anything. I suppose we could make this less impossible to deal with, especially now it has Blight. And especially given that the whole inland is covered in Blight. Um, so that might make sense. Sand's just not interested in showing up this game apart from right at the start. I'm okay with that. Or... yeah, this is easy to defend with Boone. I also need to watch out for the 3 cities on the coast condition. That is something I'm likely to forget about. Okay, yeah, let's make this slightly more manageable. And let's push into this jungle, because it doesn't have blight on it, somehow. Okay. So, if we need to... how far can we go on our night with our existing hand of cards? We cannot get... we can push to here for the moon. So we could get to 3 moon, but we only have 1 air in hand. So the highest we're likely to get is the 3rd tier, which is enough. The benefit of doing that is we could push to 4 plays. We actually have a very cheap turn, so I think we do want to look at a major, and we can make a decision after we've picked a major. We've actually got a kind of a bit of a mix of elements that we could potentially accompany it with. Though this ravage actually isn't too bad. Though actually, am I slightly spread? I'm spread a little bit thin actually, because the one will slip through, and because it's Scotland, it will blight into will be a double blight, which is annoying. We do have 2 fear cards. Can I generate the 9 fear that I need to upgrade them? Probably not. Yeah, I think I need a major. So, and I think I want 4 plays or more energy. So let's look at a major power and see what we get. Okay. Well, we actually can threshold Vigor, which is pretty interesting. I mean, they can go on a proper rampage. Thanks to Teeming Rivers. We would be going completely off element, though. So we'd probably want to go to the 4th play to make getting RNA a bit more viable. I haven't even looked at everything else, so actually this is not a bad selection. Winds of Rust and Atrophy. Ooh, that's also somehow viable. Can I even threshold that? Crikey, I can even threshold it thanks to the air on my track. Ooh, okay. How many cities are on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cities, you say? How very interesting. There is the possibility of some pretty serious cheese here. Because this is not trivially easy. It's quite expensive to threshold. But it is very thresholdable if I use Teeming Rivers. it deals. If I threshold it, it deals with this awkward defend. I mean, Vigor though feels like it's just better, so I can kind of just clear this land, which prevents a build. Actually, it won't prevent a build unless I also kill the city, which I'm doing. So actually, yes, it prevents a build, which means I don't even need to worry about this land. We still actually have 6 Dahan as well. Incidentally, Pyroclastic Flow, I don't even have presence in mountains. So yeah, I think Vanish is interesting. I've barely ever used this card. We can threshold it fairly easily. It's interesting. It is a very efficient way of removing cities. I like that this solves my problem. These two both solve these problems immediately. I think this is I think Vigor's the pick. We have to do some. We're doing some pretty funky stuff, but we're off element, whatever we do. I suppose this is more on element because it has the air. And do we have any other sun cards? So we are committing to these 3 cards if we go Vigor. This would be a 4 energy turn, and we'd be probably looking to reclaim next. Maybe not reclaiming next turn. What am I going to forget? I'm wary of forgetting any of these, though I do have another moon by a plant card in Shadows of the Burning Forest. The threshold is just great. We're saving a build, which means that we can have a relaxed turn next turn. This will be a 5/8. 10 damage Ravage, which if it's the only Ravage, we could just kind of crank Fear. I think I'm going to go with this. And I'm going to get rid of Mysterious Abductions. And I can put the presence in here kind of in advance for Boon of Watchful Guarding. Unless, yeah, I think I'll put that there in advance. Oh, do we want the energy or the 4th play? So if we want to use Vigor, the 4th play basically is an extra 2 fear and making this slightly more palatable. Actually, it's probably more like an extra. It does give us this defend as well. And actually, we're going to be spending 4 energy this turn. Yeah, we've got a relatively cheap major, and I think the extra fear is definitely worth it. So we'll put that in there. Put that in there. We will get our Vigor thresholded, and we will do this just for the elements and stuff. And we actually got to this level. Okay, that's pretty slick. That is pretty slick. Now, quick sanity check on this plan. Yeah, if we push into the town, we get to kill this town as well. But I think it's slightly irrelevant. Whereas, so we'd kind of do a little bit more damage, but killing this is an extra fear card right away. No, it doesn't make any difference because we've got this as well. I think clearing the city is good. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, so we clear that. If I push one here, we kill 2 towns. I push one here, I can kill another town. But then, pushing here gets a better counterattack as well. So I will push them in here. So now, of course, I realise that I do still have a land that is not addressed. So let's. This is a funky one. The Dahan are quite likely to, especially with 3 fear cards. Oh damn it! One fear short of upgrade. I might get lucky on the event. You might give me a fear. I mean, I suppose I could use Boon of Watchful Guardian and have a very safe defend instead, at the cost of downgrading this. It is quite a big fear downgrade, but these double blights are pretty disastrous. We actually could keep the island healthy here. Oh god, the big undo. Big undo's happening. Actually, that wasn't too painful. Okay, let's just quickly sanity check. We do still get that threshold. So we're not going to generate anywhere near as much fear, but we should... I actually think that's a mistake. I think it's better to push the fear. I think it is better to push the fear, actually. Oh well, okay. So much for that. So much for that. And now I'm wondering whether pushing here actually... So if I push into here, that generates 3 fear. Pushing into there generates 2. So I think I'm actually going to do that. So... Okay, and then... So now these are at town level 3. Okay, that's definitely better. So we do this. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so we're adding a wild somewhere. Let's add it. Be nice not to worry about 2 jungles at once. Though actually we do have shadows. Probably going to use that there. Yeah, it's the coast. We're against Scotland. That could well be a town. Build in the land with most buildings, sure. Destroy some explorers, okay. Okay, so we're hoping that a fear card deals with this, and it has. Okay. Let's just quickly check that's not the best thing to do. This is going to die in the Ravage. Okay. Isolate 2 lands. In each of those, if builds are present, skip or build actions. So the isolate... What have we had? We already had mountain jungle, so they're slightly less likely to show up. So, I mean, but preventing an explorer, do we care about that? We could also just isolate these 2 lands, which would reduce the number of kind of towns that arrive on the coast. Though preventing a builder here makes this very manageable. But what are we doing next turn with Vigor? Probably... Oh, this will be empty. Okay, fine. We don't have much of a counterattack in there just yet. Okay. Maybe we just kind of try and assemble people in here for a massive smackdown. So yeah, let's make this less scary, and let's just isolate that. I'm not sure why. Okay. Oh, we actually have the ability to remove some cities here. This is going to die in the Ravage. I think in that case... am I really going to try and build up a million... well, a million's a bit of an exaggeration. A big Vigor. We do have the Twilight in the slow phase, so I can rearrange 1 Dahan somewhere. Maybe if I bring a Dahan to here, it could then... we could then threshold Vigor, kill this town, push into here, kill another. Okay, let's do that. Let's get rid of a city in here. And we're skipping builds on the coast. Okay. Alright, so they're going to be building a city here. That's fine. And this is a 3, 5, 8 damage Ravage. We could just deal with Boon. You can push an Explorer and a town with this. But really, it's rearranging Dahan is a bit more interesting. So... So actually, I think bringing maybe this Dahan into here, so we can vigor and push. Ooh, actually, wait a second. We don't have fast Dahan movement, do we? No. Also got teeming rivers, so we could even set up to just let this land go. I mean, you know me, I do like to just let a land go. There are currently 3 cities on the board. I think I want to be bringing... Oh, of course, I do have fast Dahan movement with defense. So maybe if I bring one of these Dahan over here, then maybe I can end up with another one in here. Then I can vigor and push into here. Maybe back into there. Well, okay, I can prevent this build. That seems like an obviously useful thing to do. And now I'm going to get confused by this bit. I'm not sure. I'm just going to tick some boxes. I don't know what this means either. I don't know. We could just push them in here. No, we're not going super hard on an 8. Let's not be ridiculous. Let's push this in. This is a bit of a hell land in here. But let's push it in there anyway. Okay, so I guess I could have strifed it first. Oh god, it's a tiny thing, but let's do it anyway. So we'll push that Dahan into here. Then we'll Shadows of Burning Forest. Oh, I don't know what this means. And this can go in... Actually, it's strifed. It can go in here. And then... Do I want more Beast Stonks? Obviously, I want more Beast Stonks. The island is still healthy, which is odd. Let's have... Oh, wait, can I even have more Beast Stonks? Let's have some Beast Stonks in here. So that's an 8 damage Ravage. I don't think... I think reclaiming is the right thing to do here, so I'll do that. And how many cards have I got now? 7. And 4 plays, so probably would be good to just be able to play 2 turns in a row, or plan 2 turns in a row would probably be optimal. Because of this effect, we need 16 fear. I mean, I could gain a major this time, but I don't like it, so I'll gain a minor power and see what we get. Okay, well, Here the Be Monsters is a nice big chunk of fear. No kind of defend faster high movement. Given that we are kind of running a bit of a budget build in terms of energy spending, it does make these 2 cheaper ones a bit more attractive. Neither of them are plant. I suppose at least these 2 are moon air, which means that we will incidentally get plant thanks to these. So probably this. I think we are going to be doing this on a kind of fear basis. We're not very earthy, so Vents is out. Yeah, let's go monsters. And we'll probably just slip that in. So... So, to get the threshold on Vigor, which isn't necessarily the right thing to do, because my Dahan aren't really where they should be. How many cities are there? Wait. There are currently 3 cities. Okay, so if I get another Dahan in here before I fire Vigor... Actually, I need to quickly just check these cards again. Was there a Sun card? Territorial Strife is a Sun card. It's also cheaper, so it'll do this job but cheaper. It doesn't have the plant though. is cheaper, but I think this is yeah, okay, fine. Right. So I can win immediately if I can somehow get a Dahan into here. So if I do practically anything, as long as I play a singular moon card, which is this. So with this, I can double move Dahan. I can move one Dahan into here, then I can defend in here and drag one of these two Dahan into here, and then I can Vigor with Threshold to kill the final cities. Okay, finally. Sorry for those of you at home that worked this out years ago, back when you were children. There's no need to skimp now. So Vigor for the finish. Vigor's such a fun card to use. And should be it. God, how long did that take? 51 minutes, clearly under the hour. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, interesting. I've been playing a bit of Eyes lately. I do enjoy them. They are fun. It's fun to do Dahan games where you're kind of moving stuff around. I feel like you really want to kind of push the tracks as much as you can, because I think you generally do need a major in the mix, and I think that's impossible if you don't push both tracks. See the details for the wrong-uns among us. Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice, good, clean game. Wow, I say that. All right, I guess enough rambling. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.